indeed. Welcome back to the Morning Brief on Channels Television. Now, the rising cost of commodities is definitely a cause for concern for many Nigerians. Of course, having to spend more than 60% of your income on food alone dips a very big hole in the pockets. Now, amid all of this, amid this conversation, the Kano State Public Corruption and Anti-Complaints Commission busts warehouses in the Dawano area of Kano, where we found stashes of food items. We're going to get a backstory to this event as we speak to the chairman of that commission, Barrister Magaji. Barrister Magaji, welcome to the program. Welcome to the Morning Brief.
Good morning, Paul. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. From our Kano studio. He joins us, by the way, from our Kano studio. Now, we want you to provide an update, because what we gather really is that most of those warehouses where you busted, the explanation they're providing is that they have a contract with the World Food Program. So have you continued with investigations, and have you been able to verify that indeed the owners of these warehouses have a contract with the World Food Program?
That is not actually true. Because based on what we have found out, according to what we have collected from them, we receive receipts and invoices because we asked them to come and report to the commission. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, so we asked them to come to the commission with documents to verify the claims, and obviously some of them have sent a letter from the lowest asking us to giving us a time limit within which we have to open the stores for them, and while others have come, we noticed that yes, there may be some people that are supplying grains to World Food Program, but we have reason to believe that some of a large proportion of it are actually, as we suspect, is a hoarding activity. And you see, why we acted this way is because there is an instant increase in price of food stocks and other staple foods, which have generated a lot of concern among the populace in Kano here. And you see, we are public complaints and anti-corruption commission. We receive public complaints. We receive public suggestions to government. And we have become under intense pressure, especially when we have acted previously during the COVID-19, and it yielded positive results. And that is when we swing into action. Now, before we even do it, we ask them, we invite the traders to our office, and so, like in the case of Dawano, I visited the market by myself and tell them that we are going to embark on crack down on hoarding activities, because hoarding by our law is illegal and it's not allowed. And at least each and every situation has to be dealt according to its exigencies, and that is when we now acted. And I'm happy to tell you this, that in Kano today, it started yielding results, because we are able to stabilize the prices as I'm talking to you now, and not only to stabilize the prices, and it began to decline. But in the last within the last month, it is virtually a daily basis affair where the price used to hike, and they used to elevate the price to the extent that people are not sure of what they are going to meet if they go to the market.
So now that the commission has raided this area, what's the next line of action? I know that, if I read correctly, prosecution is one of them and all of that. So what's the next line of action? Are you bringing them to the table to have a conversation on how to sell these commodities, or prosecution is your next line of action?
Yes, we have started the process. Yesterday, I had a meeting in my office with both traders from Singa Market, who have agreed to maintain the status quo in terms of price, and even to slash some prices. And we believe that part of the commodities they are having now is an old stock, which at least did not attract the increase to which they claim to have generated by the manufacturers, because it was alleged that manufacturers of the commodities, that is the other commodities that have been produced or manufactured, but while other commodities that are grown locally here, you wonder if, yes, I agree there's a case of forex issue, that is the dollar rise issue. But how about maize, millet, and other things that we are growing here locally? So you see, it is only the activities of hoarding and other illegal activities that cause all these food items, which, some people who I might term to be parasites, they own large corporation, or rather, they have a syndicate whereby they have money, and each and every harvesting season, they go to the market, they collect from the peasant farmers and stack it in the warehouse, where they will wait till when it comes, or it becomes so expensive that is when they will flood the market with it before another year. That is all they are doing. They are not doing anything. So what we are doing is we start compromise. We are starting compromise. They are shifting their ground. We are shifting our ground. But while others choose the other way around, like the issue of litigation, no, we are very much ready. Nigeria, we are in a situation whereby we have to take appropriate. Everybody has to come. All the stakeholders has to come on board, so that we'll be able to mitigate the suffering we are experiencing. I just heard you interviewing nurses that we are losing vast majority of people migrating outside the country because of hardship. It's not only about general posture, it's about survival. When you stay here, like now, when I come into this position, I met a bag of rice at the rate of 7,500. Now I have to foot. It is only after our operation that rice is sold at 58,000 now, but it's reached the essence that it is being sold 65,000. So now, how do you expect when at least essential commodity, a worker, a common worker in Nigeria, will not afford to close of somebody that is hustling, that is not even employed, which we have thousands of unemployed graduates in Nigeria. Right. So it's something that was doing, and it is we from subnational that we are doing our bit to make sure that at least we contribute our quota to the development of the nation and do the needful.
Right. So I know there's been that debate. Is it hoarding? Is it storage? Some say, can you hoard your own product since you're the one that paid for that product, you're paying for storage? And I know there's been that debate. Perhaps you have caught that debate. Some even say, is hoarding illegal in that sense? Some just say it's business. But we understand the context we're in right now. Food prices are skyrocketing. So
actually, hoarding is an illegal activity.
Okay, under which of the laws is
that? If you look at Price Control Act, which is a decree that is promulgated in 1976, and now it's an act of general application. Hoarding of essential commodity is a criminal offense in Nigeria. You can check the law. Now, secondly, it is not their commodity. If you grow it, all these people with this big cash that they can go to the market and morph all the crops, they can venture into farming. They will help the economy. But when you have money, you are taking advantage of the vulnerability of other individuals who are just in sustenance farming, and you are making life more miserable for the vast majority of Nigeria. Certainly, you are doing hoarding and you are operating illegally. This is an illegal. We can't embark on this when we know we don't have legal backing. We have legal backing, and we believe that by so doing, by checkmating the excess of those that believe, because many, as you rightly, you might be aware that very many people are into this as business. They are into hoarding activities because they believe it's their own birthright to engage into. No, like what some of the lawyers wrote to the commission, we are ready for them. You cannot subject to the majority of the populace into hardship simply because you want to live big. No.
Barrister Magaji, you said it's against the law, specifically the Price Control Act. I wonder if that is still. Yes. I wonder if that is still in operation in the current free market economy that is dependent on so many other variables. You mentioned Forex. You also mentioned Forex, but there's also the unpredictability of transportation costs. Just weeks ago, the cost of petrol in Lagos was somewhere between 610 and 617. Now it's been pushed again to 635 naira per litre by the independent marketers. So these variables also affect the cost of transportation of these food items back down to the south. So if, in line with Kade's question, you're able to ascertain that it is hoarding, will that law be effective to punish those that you find to be guilty of hoarding in the first place?
As far as I'm concerned, I don't know when the law was repealed, and I don't know which the law repealed that law. That is what. Number two, yes, I agree with you, there are barriers, and that is when I made mention of it. And I don't know whether you will agree with me, even the issue of forex is an activity, it's an artificial activity of some of us that land us to where we are. In Kano or in Nigeria today, we know very many people that are engaged in this financial crime. You can say financial crime, because you can go and purchase $1 million today, nobody will notice. I don't think whether I travel to some other jurisdiction, and I know that you cannot change currency without being identified. They will ask your passport. They will ask all your identities. They will enter it into the system. If you take 1 million naira now, or if you take $1 million, they will know that social person has taken $1 million. In Nigeria today, I have a case here in Kano, whereby a suspect confessed to have sent 436 million naira to a Bureau de change, where he took a dollar to somebody, to a public officer. Now, we have another case of 1 billion naira. We have another case of 750 million naira. We have many, many cases that is, I'm telling you, this is one sector, procurement sector. So certainly, if you look at all sectors, it is the issue of some of us, or the belief of some of us that they can go scot-free. And when we didn't allow our system and our laws to act effectively to checkmate all these excesses. Like, for instance, now, I can advocate that the central bank will come with a policy whereby all these foreign currency issues that we are having today will be checkmate through identification. We have NIN, we have BBR. We have so many issues that will help us to at least, because you can ask yourself, we need answers to all this. And the issue of petrol price equally is another factor. But I believe it's a conglomeration of other factors. These factors and the factor that we are talking about, like the issue of artificial, hoarding of commodities that match together and bring about the problem we are facing today as a nation. And I think it's unacceptable. We have come to a situation whereby all of us have to come together and act and do our bit. Like now, at subnational, we are doing what we can do here in Kano to make sure that there's no artificial scarcity. Then at the national level, then the other regulatory agencies, it's not all about the president to come and act. The president is doing his job. Agencies that are responsible for doing this, they have the responsibility to come up with answers and solutions to all these problems. We have to come together. That's why we are in place. That's why in my office the governor is not here. The governor will not come down to my office and work for me. The president will not come down to CBN and work for me. They have to come out with solutions, with answers to our questions and solutions.
Time is not our friend. In one word, what will happen to those goods for those who are guilty? Will they be auctioned? In just a few words, will they be auctioned?
That is the court to determine. As far as I'm concerned, we believe that we are making impact, and we have made an impact, and it is a common knowledge. So we will continue to do it. Like now, our intelligence mechanism are scouting a place, because we have an intelligence whereby they are holding paddy rice. So that is where our next line. We are going after those that are holding the raw rice that's supposed to be sent to mill and be milled and sent to the market. So we are going after. As far as we are concerned, we will be relentless. We will do whatever it takes to make sure that this activity, we reduce it to the minimum.
You have our best wishes.
The issue of what happened, yes, if you come with compromise, all we want is, we are not after confiscating somebody's property. We are not after confiscating somebody's business. All we want is to put pressure on those that are holding to send the property to the market, to send the goods to the market.
All right, thank you very much.
The commission will shift ground.
We're totally out of time.
Opt for legal battle, then we go for it.
We're totally out of time. I want to thank you very much, Barrister Muyi Magaji, Chairman, Public Complaints Commission and Anti-Corruption Commission, Kano State. It's good to know that your work is yielding results in justice for the pricing system. And that's it for this segment. Up next on the program, is the artistry of pottery making, that ancient practice in a modern world. It promises to be an exciting conversation, so join us. Don't miss out on it.